Haiti put 4 past New Zealand in front of 16,000 fans at NYCFC Stadium last night. So yeah, the World Cup summer is already here. I'm Cassidy. This is Inter Miami Daily, and today we're getting into pitchwear. A Manchester United forward showing up at the training ground, and a league record 44 MLS players on World Cup rosters. We will do the Miami math on that number.
I'm Ivan, and the Rashford sighting alone is enough to make me want the roster rule breakdown. But first, how does a 4-0 international on June 2nd in floodlights affect the surface Miami's own guys are coming back to?
Yeah, that's where we have to start. The Herald had eyes on the venue last night, and the facility questions hanging over this club are real heading into preseason. From Miami Herald.
The Haitian national team, which reached the World Cup for the first time in 52 years despite gang violence preventing a single home qualifying match, finally got the exuberant home crowd it so craved on Tuesday night in Fort Lauderdale.
The Miami Herald had the byline here. Haiti 4-0 New Zealand, Tuesday night at Inter Miami CF Stadium, with 16,000 plus in the building. And credit where it's due. They sat through a weather delay, dealt with long parking lot lines, and still made that place sound like Port-au-Prince.
First World Cup in 52 years. Couldn't play a single home qualifier because of gang violence. And they get this as the tune-up venue. I can't just file that under logistics.
What keeps jumping out to me is the stadium's actual operating reality. 3 sides open, a floodlit international on June 2nd, and now confirmed World Cup hosting mode. So when I asked yesterday what the FIFA footprint looks like on the ground, this is it. It's already here. And that pitch is taking the hit. Mauricio Venegas, writing in Inter Miami CF.
Inter Miami CF's facilities hosted another thrilling international friendly tonight, with Haiti defeating New Zealand 4-0 in front of an electric crowd at Inter Miami CF Stadium as both sides gear up ahead of competing in the FIFA World Cup 2026 this summer.
Hi, I'm Mark, and I'm the human behind the podcast you're listening to right now. I'm really looking to learn more about what our listeners like and don't like about our shows. So if you're listening and you have opinions about these podcasts, I would love the chance to chat with you personally. There's a link in the show notes with how to get in touch, or you could email me at hello@lanternpodcast.com. Thanks. Now back to the episode.
The Herald's report was pretty clear. Haiti 4-0 New Zealand. At Inter Miami CF Stadium last night, 16,000 plus in the building. That facilities thread from last edition got louder fast. What was an announcement 2 days ago is now a floodlit international on the actual pitch.
And Haiti's back at a World Cup for the first time in 52 years. That crowd energy was real. But I keep thinking about the other side of it. That's another full match on the Inter Miami surface in June heat, right before Miami's own guys start filtering back from camp.
That's the part worth pressing on. A 4-0 night still means a lot of wear. Turf, staff hours, reset time. So who's signing off on that calendar? And how much time do they actually have before Miami's returning players are back on the same grass?
Prestige is real, but prestige doesn't resod the penalty area. And with 9 call-ups gone, which the Yahoo Sports 44 number finally puts in league-wide context, Hoyos needs that depth group to have a usable facility, not one that's still recovering from international hosting.
This one's from Fox Sports.
Marcus Rashford has taken his World Cup preparations to the United States, linking up with Inter Miami's state-of-the-art facilities ahead of the tournament. The England international is getting a head start on his teammates by acclimatizing to the Florida heat, following specific instructions from Three Lions boss Thomas Tuchel.
Fox Sports had Rashford at the Inter Miami facility as of June 1st, and the reason is pretty plain on the surface. Thomas Tuchel told the squad to spend the break in American time zones for acclimatization, and Rashford took that literally by heading straight to Fort Lauderdale.
Okay, but acclimatization visit and transfer conversation are not mutually exclusive, Cassidy. He's doing private drills at David Beckham's facility. Somebody had to greenlight that access, and I want to know who picked up the phone.
That authorization question is real. We flagged it when the FIFA training site announcement dropped on June 2nd, and now we've got a named England international actually in the building. What I want to know is whether Miami's own returning players are getting squeezed out when they try to get on the training pitch.
And if there is a transfer angle here, walk me through the roster math. Because after the Kremaski sale freed up that €4 million in TAM, the question of what kind of player Miami can actually slot in without blowing the cap is very much open.
Yahoo Sports writes,
Major League Soccer will be represented by a league record 44 players when Canada, Mexico, and the United States co-host the 2026 World Cup, as FIFA released the full 26-man rosters for each of the 48 squads at this year's tournament.
Yahoo Sports has the full count. 44 MLS players at this World Cup, up from 36 in Qatar. League record. 17 countries, and LAFC leads with 4. But the club sending 2 of the most consequential absences to the same roster is Inter Miami, with Messi and DePaul both on Argentina's sheet.
And that's before you count St. Clair. Miami isn't sending 2 players to the World Cup. They're sending starters, a goalkeeper, a creator, and the guy who holds the whole attack together. LAFC's 4 are spread across different nations. Miami's drain hits one tactical spine.
Which brings me back to yesterday's Kremaski question. That 4 million euros sitting in the TAM conversion pipeline. If the league-wide number is 44, and Miami is disproportionately heavy on the Argentina side of that list, the urgency around how Hoyos fills that gap just got a much clearer league-wide frame.
And now Rashford's turning up at the training facility. Fine, that could be World Cup prep tourism. But if it's something more, I want to know exactly what roster slot it fits and whether the TAM math even supports a player at that wage profile. The 44 number is the context. The Rashford question is where it gets sharp.
From Inter Miami CF.
Inter Miami CF2's upcoming MLS Next Pro regular season match against New York City FC2, originally scheduled to be played at Inter Miami CF Stadium in Fort Lauderdale, has been relocated to the club's state-of-the-art new stadium in Miami.
Quick logistics note. The club dropped Tuesday evening. Inter Miami CF2 versus NYCFC 2 on Saturday is moving from the Fort Lauderdale Stadium to New Stadium. First ever 2 match at that venue. $5 at the gate. Free parking off Festival Way. And this is exactly the downstream effect I was tracking once the Haiti match confirmed the main stadium is in full international hosting mode. The 2 side doesn't just get bumped for aesthetics. It gets bumped because the FIFA footprint is physically occupying the facility.
$5 tickets to a historic first match at New Stadium is genuinely a good deal. But let's be honest. This is the academy pipeline getting reshuffled around a schedule the first team has no control over. And that's the part worth naming.
If you enjoy a daily supporter briefing, check out Angel City Daily Podcast, covering ACFC match reaction, NWSL standings, roster moves, women's soccer in Los Angeles, and supporter buzz. Find it wherever you listen to podcasts. If you want to dig further into anything we covered today, we've put the links to every story in the show notes. Tap through whenever one catches your eye. That's Inter Miami Daily Podcast for today. Thanks for listening. This is a Lantern Podcast.